Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned how essentially the solution that, in your opinion, would be, have black writers write black characters. And it was like the only, besides the one that I wrote, the only article or essay on it that kind of critiqued it in a thoughtful way. And the other ones I saw, and the other ones I saw were kind of like reactionary. This is great because it samples the Captain America costume, and because Captain America is black, that's automatically good. Do you or anyone else think that because people would like to see a change in culture and community, that they're willing to espouse praise without actually critiquing and thinking about it thoughtfully? They're just kind of reactionary, trying to say good things about what they'd like to see rather than actually thinking about what it is.
Okay, tricky. I think, okay, tell you a story. I was at Special Edition, SENYC, the Special Edition Con in New York. I'm talking to Steve Orlando, who's a writer of DC's Midnighter. And a guy comes up, and he's a friend of Steve's, and Steve introduces me to his friend, and his friend says to me, yeah, Marvel's really doing a lot to push diversity. And I said, no, they're not. And I basically said, you see how I pick up this book? You see how I put it back down? I said, that is how easily Marvel Comics could hire a black writer to write the Captain America comic book. So there's, I think, a tendency to want to easily, as you said, espouse praise. And praise has levels of measurement, what you do. And the latest mission that I wrote basically put forth the idea that what Marvel Comics was doing was a half measure. So they have a diverse universe, but when you look at most of the writers are white. And it's ridiculous to say only writers of a certain gender or ethnicity or sexual orientation should write similar characters, but there has to be equality in opportunity. So, for example, Greg Rucka isn't white. Greg Rucka is white. Greg Rucka is not Latino, but I do feel like he wrote some of the best Renee Montoya stories that have ever been written on that character. And that's because he got into the essence of the character, and he got into the essence of her life. And so exclusivity isn't the issue. The issue is how much you care. And the thing about Captain America to me that is truly strange is that Captain America doesn't really seem to contribute to the Black American narrative. And I'm not saying that you have to make it a story about that, but the same way that when Christopher Priest wrote Steel, and he had this scene in which John Henry Irons couldn't catch a cab in New York. And Steele's a member of the Justice League of America. He saved the universe from Mageddon, But just when you have a scene where a black man can't catch a cab in New York, that's when you make it real. And the story's not about that, but you have a responsibility to bring that forth. So I feel like what we have to do as journalists is you can examine accomplishments, but you have to examine them with measurement, and you have to be willing to not, for lack of a better term, kiss ass.
That's all.
Absolutely. I'm anti-outrage. I think there are things that really are outrageous. I think there are things that really matter. And but I'm being schooled. Apparently I have like a threshold that's like this. I'm like the Hulkbuster or something. So I try to listen to other people. You're a boy. I read the issue and I was like, I really see what they're talking about. I agree. I said, again, with Brett, I what you would walk through here, you know? I mean, there's so, it's just, you know, I mean, it's endless. And I don't, you know, that's me, you know, that's just me personally, and I know other people feel very strongly. And I support their, you know, their right to speak out.
So I think also puts it back to that community aspect of comics, right? Where, we are a community of people who are reading and, learning and enjoying voices. So when something like that happens, you're letting the community know that, this is something that happened, in comics. It's something that can happen in comics. It's not always going to be sunshine. There will be instances where things like this will happen. And so to prep that community, let them know that things like this are possible, I think you owe, the community that.
I'll quickly say that because of what happened, I didn't buy Airboy 2. I bought Airboy 1, I didn't buy Airboy 2, and I'm not buying any more copies of Airboy. So if 10,000 more people buy it, here's one person that won't, and I knew that enough of my peers were talking about it, so there's no reason that I have to help push that book towards a further sales threshold so the writer can make more money off of royalties.
I see they're going to start telling me to speed up. So next question. Hope you don't mind.
I guess I want to go with the outrage, I suppose, that surrounded Black Widow and various other female protagonists and/or supporting characters. Do you feel like it's unfair that a character like the sole female character on, say, the Avengers has to represent all women? And then
Yes.
is that unfair?
Right.
Absolutely. What I'm trying to say, I guess, is I don't know what your opinions are on Agent Carter.
I love Agent Carter.
It's a great show. Yep.
I feel like that character wasn't I'm not sure if I just missed it, or I just feel like she had very many flaws. Like she was a sort of Mary Sue, who could do everything right and didn't.
Well, I mean, voice that story for 8,000 years is finally not crossing that.
There's a story within the idea of her problems all being external. There's so many times where there are stories about any gender character where it's all about our core flaw. The core flaw in Agent Carter's story is that everybody treats her like shit. And that is a very real experience for a lot of competent, skilled women. And that is one of a million stories that needs to be told. So I don't look at Agent Carter and go, that's every single woman ever. Wow, that's me too. I see there's a part of me every time in my life where I have felt that way. And it's a moment in time of connecting to it, not an overall narrative about what it is to be a woman or to be a woman in this universe.
And it's very subversive in that even Dottie or Angie, every woman in that show was dealing with being controlled by the structure, not by individual men, because they are decent enough men, they're just a product of the society they live in. And
It's sort of the origin story.
the origin story of patriarchy in post-World War II America, where the women did everything while the men went to fight, and the men came home and said, give us our toys back, and the women were like, no, you really can't have them back. And so Dottie is dealing with the Russian spies, and Angie's dealing with the fact that she wants to be an actress, but you have to live in like an all-girls apartment. It's so weird and creepy, and then Peggy is so competent, but no one ever acknowledges that she is competent.
So let's just say one more thing, but in that, yes, she did get treated like shit, but why is it that female characters have, for them to be, I guess, interesting, have to either be like a victim, or they can't have personal flaws, like, you can't have
So I'm just going to give you one more question.
Okay,
If you don't mind, if you don't mind, I want to bet that I did.
Yeah, we can talk afterwards. Yeah.
We talked about it, later on, as Jeff said, but I just assured her, it's like, yeah, when one woman, she does stand for everything. And you know what? That's bad storytelling. It's like, let all
I would say Rucka's Stumptown. You want a female character who's fantastic and flawed. I mean, well, plus it's Rucka, and Rucka kicks ass when it comes to female character. So.
You know what, people said that Jurassic Park character was sexist, and, I guess she was, I kind of found it refreshing in a way that they took the wonky, obnoxious bureaucrat and made that the love interest. To me, it's like, oh, that's cool, the girl can be obnoxious and horrible and run the company to it.
It's just a concept having so many characters that the more you have.
One last question.
So my question is, in your collective exploration